Live,
We're
live.
all the way live.
Welcome to CFP Facebook. We're so happy to have you. We are here. Lovely Lauren and I are here to talk with Coach Melinda about healthy balance. She's going to tell us all about the spiritualness of nutrition and how we can be just as radiantly beautiful as she is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Welcome, Melinda.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be here. I appreciate it.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're just gonna talk today about nutrition. And so for some of, a lot of us are at different points of our life, but we're always interested about, how can we up our game, by putting the right kind of foods in our bodies and not feel, bloated or inflamed. I've been hearing all this stuff about, inflammation and we shouldn't be inflamed, but I feel like everything we do is inflaming.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'll first
Yeah.
say that it's tough because we live in a very busy culture. And so we don't get a chance to get balanced to find out what we need in our body. Let our bodies talk to us. And then we have to decode what's real food and what's not. So it could be a lot. And it can cause that in itself can cause inflammation, that stress and worry. So I get it. I totally get it.
Yes, yes. And welcome, lovely Lauren from Salinas.
I know I'm in the big city of Salinas, California. Good morning, goddesses. Good morning. I'm happy to be here. It's going to take a lot to keep me away from these Sunday morning Facebook Lives with CFP. I love it here.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
So some of the things we're going to talk about with Coach Melinda is, what happens when we skip meals or, we have these late night sessions and, we need to get rest. How does that play into having a life of radiance and joy? Um, and so when we treat our bodies, the way we treat them, we get certain results. What are your thoughts when people come to you with those kind of statements, Melinda?
So much compassion because I get it. My story is that I was working in corporate America in my 20s and I was, chasing that carrot, making that money, living the American dream, and my body shut down. And so I had to get curious about like how are you successful and healthy at the same time? So when I hear people come to me, burning the midnight oil, doing all the things that we're supposed to do to be successful in this culture, but are ill, my heart just goes out to them because I get it. I get it. And so I encourage them to blend modern day science with the ancient practices of our ancestors to find this balance in this fast-paced culture.
Yeah, I think that that's really important. As a matter of fact, we're working together. And so you've helped me to really reframe my relationship with food, specifically with fruit. I've been noticing I eat more fruit instead of chocolate chip cookies.
That is, I've done my job. That's
Good
how I
job,
feel.
Gigi.
That's amazing. You've done the job, I should say. I just guided you.
Yay.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing
Yeah.
because sugar is very addictive. And so, and
Mhm.
then sugar from fruit gets a really bad rap in our culture because of the craze with around the keto diet. And one in two people in our culture has some form of diabetes. So people are scared of sugar. So to hear you reconnect with fruit, that healthy sugar makes my heart sing. So good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and really what you talk about is reframing the entire process. I remember during our assessment, you had asked me a question, well, Gigi, what do you think about eating fried foods? And I was like, well, I don't eat fried foods at all. And you're like, really? Huh. Because when I look back at some of the pictures you sent, I see tacos. I said, are tacos? Is that fried? And they were. It was like my whole idea about what I was eating was like in Delulu land.
Oh, yes. So the modern and this that's like the hardest part for me because I have to show people a mirror. And that's why I love data. That's why I love pictures. So I work with data. I work with devices. I used to work for an app company where we just use all kinds of devices to just show people what the data is saying, including pictures of food. Back in the days, we used to use journals as dietitians, but now we
Mhm.
use just pictures because it's easier and everybody's already taking pictures. And it just shows a gentle mirror of what's really going on. And that's just one layer to it because there's a reason why we're choosing these fried foods. There's a reason why we're choosing these yummy, yummy foods. I'm not gonna, I'm a foodie at heart, so I get it. But there's a reason behind it. And that's where I love to have like a therapist on board as well, or some type of spiritual practice, the old ways of the therapy, to help guide the healing that is connected to food and health as well. Yeah, that
That's
that that mirror is tough sometimes.
Ooh, do not want to look in it. And
no.
sending pictures, yeah, I can only imagine the level of vulnerability that one has to feel being like, this is what I'm doing. Uh, I know you're here to judge, but please don't judge me too harshly.
I'm glad you said that, Lauren. I try to not judge. I'm a double Virgo, so it's gonna be there. You know what I mean? Like Virgos
I'm a double
judge.
Virgo. I'm a Virgo moon, so I get it.
Okay, okay. My rising is Libra, so I am unfolding into a Libra
Okay.
as well, and I've done the wounds and work around what Virgos can be in the shadow, and I don't want to go on a tangent on that. If you love astrology, you know what that means. But I'm not I'm here as somebody who has been down this path. So I'm gonna show a mirror, but I try not to judge. I try not to judge because the culture's already judging us up and down around food, living in larger bodies, skin, female, whatever. It's art, the judgment's already there. So
That is true. Um, well, and I noticed, with you as a coach, Melinda, you don't judge at all. It's actually a very fun, freeing, and quite engaging process
oh,
because
good.
you show things, you say things as questions, and then and you're quite masterful about that. So I love hearing that. Hey, can you tell us about your programs, what you're offering folks?
Well, this I'm really excited to be offering something for the community as we go into this fall season on this fall equinox, this day of the fall equinox. We're going into a season of a lot of rituals around family, eating, and a lot of food. So with that also brings a lot of emotions and access to foods to help us cope with those emotions. And so I want to offer a space for people to do it mindfully and still participate in the fun rituals that are in this fall and winter season and participate in the fun foods that are in this fall and winter season, but just doing it mindfully and with a plan. So I have, so I'm opening up two groups. One is online and one is a hybrid of online and in person, and one is in nature. My background, a little bit more about my background, is I consider myself a spiritualist. And that just means that I was raised Christian, so I know all about the story of Jesus and the rituals of Christianity. And I grew up in two different cultures where I saw the same Bible being practiced in different ways. And so I was able to pull out some of those rituals. And then I went deeper into indigenous wisdom and learned about different indigenous wisdom practices around the world, and then landed in Africa, the spiritual practice of my culture, because I identify as African American. And so I saw these similarities in rituals throughout all of these different spiritual practices. And I realized we left that out in healthcare. And
Mhm.
if we really want to be mindful about why we do what we do and the energy that it calls in with intentionality and use it for healthy reasons, then we have to get back to nature. We got to get back to understanding where our practices came from and why we do it and how it relates to health. So I guide people through that. So one offer, which will go live next Sunday on my website. One offer is in nature. We get back to nature, we get grounded, we get centered, and we remember who we are as part of nature. We as humans are part of nature. And so that's our indigenous wisdom within ourselves. And we ignite that in our DNA. And we also close. We open up ceremony in nature and we close. And I'm here in California, Sacramento. So that's where it'll likely be in this area. So that's one of the offers. And the other offer is going to be virtual. And both can also have an integration piece. So it's 6 weeks of learning our views, then the cultural views, and how the cultural views of diet culture, which is marketing, the judgment that comes with living in our bodies, the hustle and bustle of the culture, and how we are programmed to not get enough sleep, not get the right foods, and figure out why we're sick, and then get into the healthcare system, which I work in proudly. However, the healthcare system is tough if you're a patient lost in that system. So I help people
Mhm.
navigate through that system. It just gets really complicated. And so I help people find their baseline, understand where they're at in that whole paradox, and give them a recipe to find their own wellness plan using spirituality, food as medicine, and understanding how we fit into this fast-paced world and choose what is healthiest for us. Because if you don't have your health, what do we you can't pursue anything else. If you're not
Health
healthy,
is wealth.
you
Health
can't
is
pursue
wealth.
anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, so those are the two programs that I'm offering. Thank you, Gigi, for and Lauren for allowing me the space to share it.
Thank you
Yeah.
for creating those spaces, and I would be interested in something like that. I think healing in community is really, really powerful, and incorporating nature. That's something that I haven't heard before, and sounds really, really um, cool to connect with. Like prior to us recording, we were talking about me going to the beach and just putting my feet in the sand and the water. How powerful just being in nature, connecting with Mother Earth can ground us and heal us. So healing from the outside, healing from the inside with food that we consume. That sounds amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for recognizing that.
Mhm.
I often meet with women. I usually work with women that are people that identify as women. And a lot of times we're, being feminine is like, oh, I don't like bugs, or oh, I don't like to get dirty. And I feel like that's such a disconnect, unfortunately, from who we are, because in African mythological stories, um, the woman is was the came from the earth because we are the creator. The feminine
We
came from
are
the earth,
Earth. Yeah.
from Mother Earth, right? We
We are
literally,
Earth.
if we're not nurturing others, we are growing, people in our body, and then, allowing them to populate the earth. And then we're nurturing, if we don't hold a baby in our bodies, we're nurturing the baby once it comes out as a collective, just like Mother Earth does. And so when I hear people say, "Oh, I don't like bugs," I just feel like it's a programming of the culture. And once we become one with Earth again, there's so much science that's showing us now that it regulates our nervous system. And as you
Yes.
know, as a behavioralist, once that nervous system is regulated, then true focus, learning, healing, all of that can happen.
All of it, all of it. And I try to, I mean, like Gigi knows, I talk about my nervous system and people's nervous systems all the time. If we could just pause. And classrooms, I encourage, like, let's turn down the lights because those lights are terrible.
Mhm.
Let's create a quiet, calm space so that these kids can regulate their nervous systems and actually hear what it is that we're saying
Yeah.
and feel more comfortable to just navigate throughout the day. But so many of us are just dysregulated constantly. We're not, as you mentioned before, we're not getting enough sleep. We are not getting enough nutrition. We're dehydrated and just we're sensory beings and we're not allowed the time and space to be that, to be
Yes,
just that. So when you put that all together, it's a wonder people are struggling with, their weight or their health or managing stress, mental health too. It's all connected.
absolutely.
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 I love that. I love how you're integrating nature into this, and a lot of people see the value of it.
Hmm.
Right. You can't deny it. When you're in it, you can't deny it. And, we're in a really tumultuous time. I feel like it's tumultuous. I feel like once again, here we are, this same old wound in America has resurfaced and people don't know what to do. And so I think the best defensive activism is to get healthy. Get
To take
healthy
care of
mentally,
yourself.
to take care of yourself in community so that we
Hmm.
can have this term that I love the Latin culture uses called platicas. So we can get together and when you come together in circle, in healing circles and discuss in the space of seeing each other, hearing each other, understanding each other, loving on each other in nature and have those platicas, then that's where things get clear and you can see the truth of what's happening in this division that we're having right now in America. Same old, same old, same old blueprint. Like those of us that knows the history gets it.
Ugh,
It's so old.
it's tired. It's
It's
so
so tired.
tired.
It's so
It's
tiring.
so tired. I'm like, how are we back here again?
Again.
Like again. And like traveling the world too. I've been to other countries, and here in the United States, they make us believe that this is such a big deal and this is such, like our reality. And then you go out of the country and you're like, no, it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not. Like, this story is so tired, and the people who eat it up or like feed into it, it's just like, just step outside of yourself or but and change, behavior change. That's what it is. It
Right.
is.
It's all
But
that
that's a
heavily.
whole nother conversation. But I like the you said platicas.
Platicas, yes.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, it's speaking in communities, being seen. You see it in all rituals. You see it in funerals. You're in community. You see and hear each other grieve. You see it in birthday parties. You see it in baby showers. You see it in graduations. It's ritual. It's just that in America, it looks different because you got to interject some money in it, some spend some
Um,
money, try to perform. But really, if you go back to our indigenous roots on every continent, it looks like circle platica, celebrating each other, seeing each other, having conversations, getting understanding, and then letting nature heal. It's powerful. We just got to get back to that.
well, it sounds like you are. So let's integrate all of the stuff that we have talked about today with a round of tapping, and then we're going to move into an empowerment script. So,
Yes.
y'all ready?
Yes.
So, when it
Yes.
comes time to thinking about being balanced. I'm going to do a two-round tapping on releasing imbalance and then reclaiming imbalance. So you all know the deal. Do what I do, say what I say, and feel the feelings. Say the words that I say exactly, especially if you don't want to. I want you to lean into it. And there's a reason for that. And you'll feel it in just a moment with your energy as it shifts. Karate chop point. Even though I've tied my worth to productivity,
Even though I've tied my worth to productivity,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Even though I give and give and give until I'm drained,
Even though I give and give and give until I'm drained,
I choose compassion for me.
I choose compassion for me.
Even though I felt guilty for resting,
Even though I feel guilty for resting,
I'm open to new balance.
I am very open to new balance.
Eyebrow point. Always rushing,
Always rushing,
side of eye. Always producing,
Oh,
always producing,
under eye. Pressure to perform.
pressure to perform.
Eating whatever.
Eating whatever.
Under nose. Carrying too much.
Carrying too much.
Under mouth. Ignoring my needs.
Ignoring my needs.
Collarbone. Saying yes too much.
Saying yes too much.
3 inches below the armpit. This weight is way too heavy.
This weight is way too heavy.
Top of head. I let it soften now.
I let it soften now.
Release the tapping. We're going to take a deep inhale through the nose, and we're going to exhale with a hum. Hum. Release the hum. It's another way that we can relax our nervous system. And now we're going to affirm balance and worth. Karate chop point. Even though I once believed balance was selfish,
Even though I once believed balance was selfish,
I now see it as strength.
I now see it as strength.
Even though I feared slowing down,
Even though I feared slowing down,
I choose rest.
I choose rest.
Even though I doubted my worth,
Even though I doubted my worth,
I now affirm I'm enough.
I now affirm I'm enough.
Eyebrow point. I am enough.
I am enough.
I'm good enough.
I'm good enough.
I've been good enough.
I've been good enough.
I stay good enough.
I stay good enough.
Side of eye. Balance is my birthright.
Balance is my birthright.
Under eye. I release guilt now.
I release guilt now.
Under nose. I am worthy as I am.
I am worthy as I am.
Under mouth. I choose peace today.
I choose peace today.
I choose nourishment today.
I choose nourishment today.
Collarbone. My needs matter too.
My needs matter too.
Underarm. I fill my own cup.
I fill my own cup.
I prioritize my own cup.
I prioritize my own cup.
I give from the overflow.
I give from the overflow.
Top of head. I thrive in balance.
I thrive in balance.
Release the tapping. We're going to take a deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth with an audible sigh. Oh, excellent. Keep your eyes closed while lovely Lauren gives us an empowerment script.
Thank you, Dr. Gigi. Okay, I'm inviting everyone to just get comfortable where they're at and take a slow inhale through their nose and slowly release through their mouths as I begin to remind you about healthy balance. Sometimes as a healer, creator, or coach, we give so much to others and forget about ourselves. We might skip meals, stay up late, or push through when we're tired. And when we do this, our bodies feel worn out. This is called burnout, and we don't like that. It's important to remember our bodies matter. Our bodies help us serve, create, and even live out our dreams. In order to take care of our bodies, we can make small choices that bring us back into balance. Eating with intention, not just on the run, taking breaks and treating them like important meetings. I got to meet with myself. I got to check in with me. We can also give ourselves flexible rhythms instead of rigid rules. When we notice resentment or tiredness, we understand it is our boundaries speaking. Listening to our inner voice helps us stay strong. We have to say to ourselves, I am worthy of rest. My body is the foundation of my purpose, and having balance in my life and my body is sacred. When I practice balance, I feel more peaceful. I can serve and create with energy and joy. Balance is not something that we have to earn. Balance is something that we can choose every day because we deserve it. And as we choose balance and honor the sacred design of our bodies and our lives, our spirits will know peace. Our spirits will know that our body is cared for. And in balance, we align with purpose, with our creator, and the flow of love that sustains us. Take another deep breath in and release. Send in love and light.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wisdom. Wow.
That was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully everyone feels the shift of energy as a result of the tapping, followed by that empowerment script. And so, wow, thank you, thank you, thank you, lovely Lauren.
Thank you. This
Thank
was a
you.
great episode.
Yes,
Thank you, Melinda.
yes,
Thank you, ladies. So much alignment. It's magical to me, you know? I love it.
yes, yes.
Good medicine this morning.
And
Um,
oh,
I'm
go ahead.
curious, how do we get connected with you so that for those of us who are actively working on finding balance and taking better care of ourselves and being in nature, how do we get involved, get connected?
Thank you. So I'm on social media, Instagram under healthy balance 3_nutrition. The three stands for nutrition, mind, and soul health. Because I look at all three. So
Mhm.
healthy balance 3_nutrition. I also have a website called healthybalance3.com. And so you can reach me those two different places. And then the program that I mentioned is launching next Sunday. Well, the open enrollment is launching next Sunday on my website. So look out for that. And I'll make an announcement on my Instagram as well.
Yes, yes, that's exciting. And how do we get in touch with you, lovely Lauren? And what
Well,
off?
I have, oh my goodness, I have a landing page now. Thanks to Dr. Gigi. You can reach me, Lauren at behaviorcollective.net is my email. And then I'm also, my landing page is behaviorcollective.net. So BEHAVIOR collective.net. And my offerings are there on the page as well as a way for you to connect with me. And I'm looking forward to serving you with sound healing. Last Sunday, I got to participate in an awesome event in Elk Grove where I was doing sound healing alongside someone who was facilitating breath work. It was really, really powerful. And I also offer card readings and empowerment coaching. So the empowerment scripts, let's talk about it. If you'd like to have conversations around areas of your life where you feel stuck, frustrated, and would like some support in changing your behaviors, I'm here to listen and empower you. So, yeah, come talk to me.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And Gigi, how can we connect with you?
Oh, there's lots of ways. You can go, you can find me on most of the social media outlets under Tapping with Dr. Gigi. My website, tapping with Dr. Gigi.com. And I'd like to share a couple of offers with you. We have a landing page special for the low price of $197. You get the opportunity to share your gifts and talents with the world. And so it's a wonderful way to, get out of your head, get it on paper, and you don't have to do it yourself and spend a whole lot of time and effort, especially time, trying to figure all of this out. We would love to support you doing that. So there's some information about our landing page here. A Boundary Badass, that's my book to help you learn to say yes when you really mean yes, and say no when you really don't want to do something. So, you know, learning to say yes and no without feeling guilty has been something I've spent my life doing. So I understand. So if you want to learn to say no without feeling guilty, get this book. It's only $33.33, but I tell you, it will help in so many ways. Lauren and I, we've got the Goddess series. So on the 27th of September at 1:30 in Rockland, we are going to be diving deep into Ma'at, Goddess Ma'at. We're going to be learning about her, doing some rituals to embody, the essence of Ma'at. This is available in person in Rockland or online on Zoom. We'd love to see you. And then we have the ability to rewrite your money story. So if you're like many of us that have been experiencing a lot of lack, experiencing a lot more scarcity than abundance, this opportunity is for you. In just 28 days, you'll start to rewrite your money story by really looking at what your scarcity patterns are, and just changing that, one behavior at a time or one tap at a time. And then lastly, tapping into recovery. We meet every Tuesday from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Zoom to really help you to look at those destructive patterns, look them in the eye and say, it's time to go. So that's a little bit about me and how you can get in touch with us. And we just want to thank you. And just to remind you that balance isn't perfection. It's about presence. And so you have permission to thrive, to rest, and to create from your overflow. Ladies, any parting words?
I'm just so grateful. There's so much amazing offers in this space. I'm so grateful to be here, and I love that we are holding space for others to heal so that we can thrive. So thank you. Yeah, it's all about balance. You're right. Homeostasis is what they say it in science.
You are muted, lovely Lauren.
There were dogs barking in the background. I didn't want them to interrupt your lovely sharing. I just wanted to say, get into community. Community is where it's at, and that's what we need at this time more than anything. And that's the way for you to, if you don't know what to do, somebody can model it for you, somebody can support you through it. And, like, pick one thing, don't have to do all the things. Just pick one thing that you want to focus on. If it's becoming active, if it's becoming more mindful with your eating, if it's just finding something that brings you a sense of peace, like a yoga class, breath work, whatever it is, just find your community and start there. So I'm sending love and light to everyone. I'm grateful for this space. I'm grateful for this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. And thank you, those listening to Facebook Live. Thank you for those listening to the replay. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave your comments below and we will respond to them as we see them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Be well. Just gonna